Good morning, stamping friends. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty well, and I'm playing catch up in my craft room. It has been a busy 4 weeks in my home with travel and keeping up with my classes, but I'm excited to share some new products with you today and just kind of give you an idea of what I've been doing in the last 48 hours. I just got back from a cruise, and I'm leaving on another one in less than 2 weeks. So I've got a lot to cram in before then. In case you're new to my channel, my name is Lorri Heiling, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am from Arizona. However, I was born in Minnesota. You might hear my northern accent a little bit. But I do in-person classes once a month. Actually, I do the same class about 2 days a month, so 2 times a month, plus I have a team meeting. But if you don't live by me in Arizona, you are welcome to join my online card club. That's where I get to share with those of you who don't live close to me and aren't able to attend my in-person classes. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but I do want to remind you, if you want in on the May projects, the deadline is tomorrow to sign up for that, and you're not going to want to miss this month. It's going to be a good one. Well, I am anxious to share with you actually the stamp set that we're going to be using in the online card club. So let me turn my camera around and we will get started. Today I'm going to share a really cool project with you, and if you like personalized cards, you're going to love this one. It's been really fun to make, and I'm going to share with you the stamp set, actually the bundle that we're going to be using. It's called Crafting with You, and I know I showed this earlier because this was my favorite bundle in the catalog so far this year. And this is actually the bundle that we're going to be using for my online card club in May. Now, this is kind of the last call because today is May 9th and tomorrow is the deadline for the May class. Now, if you haven't visited my site before and you don't know what I'm talking about, I started an online card club, and this is for people who don't live near me but still like maybe my style of stamping or my projects. This way you can get in on some projects that I'm making. This is a little bit like Paper Pumpkin. You don't get a stamp set, but it's just something that gets mailed to you every month, and you can sign up whenever you want. You can quit whenever you want. It is a recurring payment, but you can try it 1 month and then quit after that if you want, just to give it a try and see what you think. But I don't think you're going to want to quit it because it's really a good deal. Let me explain what you all get. So I will ship a kit to you each month, and each month you'll have 8 cards and envelopes. There's 4 card designs and 2 of each card. 1 stamp set or bundle will be featured, which, like I said, for May, it's Crafting with You. I will send around $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products that will be used to create your projects. And then an extra perk is if you are with my online card club for 6 consecutive months, you will get an extra $25 in free products plus other goodies. So I would highly encourage you to at least give it a try. Now, this is all for only $38 a month, and it has shipping included. We all know how shipping has gone up over time. So it's really a great way to get a lot of cards and some new Stampin' Up! Product. I also include an option to get the bundle, and I do discount that a bit as a perk for being an online card club member. So I will be sure to put that link in the comments area, and then just check it out. I think it'll be a really fun month because I love this stamp set. Okay, so Crafting with You, and the stamp that we're going to focus on today is this one. So we're going to start by just building the card, and we're using one of our new colors that came back. We had Pretty Peacock earlier, and it came back. So this is a really nice shade of, it's kind of almost like a dark teal. I really like it. And the size of this cardstock piece, I already cut and scored it. It is 9 inches long by 4 1/4 inches wide. And then I scored it at, let me turn it this way because I went this way when I scored it. I scored it at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, and 5 3/4, and you'll want to do that on the long side. This card is actually called a Side-Step Easel Card, and there are a lot of cards like this on Pinterest, so you may have seen this fancy fold before. So we will start with that, and we're going to do our fold right away. Let me grab my bone folder, and we're going to do a valley fold, and this makes your creases really sharp. And then we'll do, actually, that is a mountain fold, then a valley fold. Get my fold straight. So like that, and then we'll do one more mountain fold on this one. So I'll show you the accordion look it has. So it's going to look like this when it's done. Kind of, there's the side view of it. All right, now we're going to add some Designer Series paper. And the paper that I chose, let me grab it here. This is an online exclusive paper pack called Hello Irresistible. It's 6x6 sheets and you get 48 sheets. And I have them all mixed up because I have been having fun with this and using all different prints. But it's really a nice assortment. And like I said, you're not going to find it in the catalog, only on our online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Has a whole line of online exclusives. Sometimes they keep going. Sometimes they sell out and they're done with it and they don't reorder. So you just never know. But this one is still available. And it's so pretty. Really, any card or designer series paper that you have is going to work with this. All right, so we are going to start with the front little piece, and I'll give you the dimensions. This is 4x1, and just take your adhesive and put it on the front of this card. This one's going to be front row and center, but it's going to be covered up a little bit because there will be a lot going on with this card, but it's very simple to make. All right, then the next piece we're going to do is this back piece, and this is 4x3, so just add some adhesive on that. And what's nice about our designer series paper is all the colors coordinate with our cardstocks and our inks. And I love this print because it just brings a little bit of design, but it still matches all the colors we have going on here. All right, so we have this part done. Now we're going to make the easel part next. So we need to pull in one more piece of cardstock. Now this piece I cut already. This is 8 1/4 by 2 3/4, and then I scored it at 5 1/2. And so let's just fold on that score line, and then we're going to add our adhesive. Well, actually, we're going to put our designer series paper on. I have a third print. Isn't that nice with that? This one is cut to 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. So let's put that on the front. And then we just have one little step left to put this card together, and then we'll have the easel part done. All right, so what we're going to do is put this on the front of our card. It's kind of like a, not really a faux easel. It's not going to go all the way down. I'm not sure if you've seen cards like this before, but they're really cool. So just put maybe 2 rows of adhesive on the bottom front of this, and then we're going to line this up on the bottom, right on top of that designer series paper that we already put on. Just try to center it as best that you can and have the bottom edges meet up. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just run one row or one line of adhesive at the top like that. And what we're going to do to get it to fold perfectly so it lies flat is just fold it up like this, and then just flip this over to the back. And then you can see how it's going to just line up where it needs to. And so it's nice and flat like that. And then here you have our easel card. Can you see how that works? Pretty easy. All right, now we're going to build the front. Now this is the cool part. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. All right, so I'm going to take, oh, I wish I could show you, but it's on my phone. There's an app called Voila, V-O-I-L-A. It is the coolest app. So what I did was I took a picture of my son, and this is Braden. He's a freshman in college, and this app turns him into kind of like Disney characters, or I don't know. It's just more of a cartoonish look, but it looks so much like the original picture. I should have printed that out as well. And so all I did was printed this. Well, actually, first I brought it into Word, then I cropped it down, and this is 2 1/4 by 1 3/4. So that's how big the square should be that you print out on your basic white paper. And it's really important that you use basic white because it almost is like photo paper. It just has a better look than if you just print it out on, you know, some no brand cardstock or on computer paper. Oh my gosh, nobody types anymore. So anyway, that's, and the size of this, I just trimmed it down about to the size of that stamp, 4 1/4 by about 4 1/2. But I printed the whole sheet out. So now what I would use this for, I'll make this for, I don't know, I might just send a card to him in college. If you have graduation cards you're working on, this would be an excellent graduation card. I have 3 cards to make. So if I get around to it in the next couple days, I will be sure and post these because I need to get them in the mail. So what we're going to do is take that stamp that I told you about, and guys, I know we don't sell this anymore, but I love this so much that I use it all the time. So if you don't have one, you know, there's another company that does sell this. I wish I could say Stampin' Up! Sells it, but they don't anymore. So if you have a Stamparatus, or, well, yeah, if you have a Stamparatus, just grab that. You don't have to have one, but it's a little bit easier to line this up. So what I'm going to do is put this on here and be sure and add my magnets, because whoopsie, I just got ink on there. I didn't think I had ink on my hands. And we're going to put 2 magnets on here in case I have to use 2 tries. Then what we're going to do is line up this stamp and just put it so it is in this box. And I'm going to have a die that will cut it out. But what I'm looking at is the left and right sides to make sure it's centered. And then the other thing is I want the bottom of this box that is underneath to hit this line down here. You can see the line. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to close this and it'll pick it up where it needs to go. And then, whoopsie, it's sticking a little bit because I washed it off. Actually, let me get one more magnet here. These are kind of sticky when they're new. Let me get one more magnet. All right, now I need to line this up again. Close it. Okay, now we're going to use one of our new colors. This is a new in color this year, and it's called Pebble Path. It's really a nice color. It has almost like gray granite, but a shade darker. It's kind of got a grayish taupe look. It's really pretty. And we're going to ink up the whole easel here. And like I said, the reason I'm doing this is because sometimes it takes 2 tries to get it a nice clear image, especially on a larger stamp like this. Let's see if I got it. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to do it one more time. It's a little bit speckled up there. So there's a perfect example of when it's nice to do it a couple times, just so you can get that a little bit darker up there. Okay, that's perfect. Now, even though it looks black right now, I want to show you what it looked like after it dried up, because I did a practice one here. Look at the difference in that. This is actually going to light up and it's going to look like this. Isn't that crazy though? Because at first I thought, oh, I need to go lighter. But then when I looked over at it, I saw that it was lighter. So it definitely will dry lighter. All right, so what I'm going to do now is set this aside. And I'm going to die cut this. There's actually a die cut. Oh, look at how I'm smudging it up. But there's a die that will fit exactly, which I already showed you here. But it doesn't have its picture. And I just wanted to try it to see what it looked like without anything on it. All right, so hold tight and I'll die cut it and I'll be right back. All right, the next thing we're going to do is add a little sentiment. I grabbed my Waves of Inspiration. There's so many you could use. You could use birthday. Because I'm sending this to my son, I'm just going to write or choose the one that says you're totally awesome. But your strength is an inspiration. That would be a good one too. A graduation, like I said. So let's bring our card back here, and we are going to stamp using the Pebbled Path again, because we want a darker sentiment, because this is a little bit of a darker color. And so I want to make sure that this shows up. Now, if you wanted, you could stamp this before you put it all together, but I think I'll be okay lining this up. I'm just going to center it. Whoops, I just made a little blop there. There, that's pretty good. Okay, now we are going to add the easel. So I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of this because we want it to pop up a little bit. So do you guys still have graduation cards you need to make? Another good one is the Sweet Songbird is cute for graduations, putting a little hat on that. So I might have to do one of those. So just put it kind of towards the bottom like this. And we're going to add a couple more little doodads here. So that's what it looks like so far. Now we're just going to stamp a couple more things. We are going to use the little paintbrush stamp in Memento ink because we are going to be coloring this. And remember, Memento is the color ink you use when you're going to use blends. The other one we're going to do Daffodil Delight. You can see there's a little bit on the edge here, so we're going to pull that color in also. It's kind of in the background, but it's a little bit bright, so I want to kind of tone it down a little bit by using the basket stamp and Pretty Peacock. We're going to do a little bit of matching here just to, like I said, it'll kind of bring the brightness down a little bit by putting a dark color on top of that. And then I'm going to die cut these out, and then I'll show you what's next. All right, here they are. Doesn't that look a little bit better? It's not quite as bright. And this we're going to have fun with because depending on what picture you have, this is your color palette, and you're going to pull in colors that you see here. into the paintbrushes. This is really fun. So my colors that I'm using don't necessarily mean these are the ones that you would use, because it depends on what your picture is like. So I'm going to pull Braden's shirt color by using Light Misty Moonlight. And this is what a lot of the color is in the card. So I'm going to use the largest brush because I want that blue really to be shown off, and it matches a little bit. There is kind of a brighter blue that was done in the app. I didn't have control over that one, and that I thought matched well with the light Azure Afternoon, which is one of our new colors. And I'm going to make that one a smaller brush because there's just a little bit, and I'll just add that there. Then I also am bringing in the yellow. I used Light Daffodil Delight. We'll make that kind of a bigger one. And then if you see right here, there's a little bit of Calypso Coral, so I'll bring that in here. All right, then I think we will make the base of this. I think we're going to do Crumb Cake for this. That's a good neutral color. We'll just do all these like that. And then for the bottom of them, I think we will do Light Smoky Slate. You will barely see these once they're in the basket. We'll do the top of that too. There we go. Okay, there's our palette. Now, what we're gonna do is put this on the front, and I think, I wanna offset the yellow. I thought about this side, but I think I'm gonna go on this side just to pull a little bit more yellow over there. So what I'm gonna use for this is our foam adhesive strips, and the reason I'm gonna use that is because I want a little bit more dimension. I want it to stick out farther than the easel here, so it's going to be a little bit, you know, out or sticking up more. And I'm going to want to line it up to here because I don't want this to be larger than 4 1/4. So we'll go right about here, and then I think we can just put one dimensional on the back of here. And let me grab that right here. And as you know, I put the foam adhesive a little bit lower so I can tuck this in here. And we will just kind of slant that maybe a little to the, you can't go to the left, it'll stick out too far. So we'll go a little bit to the right. Maybe almost straight. Okay, there we have it. Okay, so now it looks like somebody painted a portrait of Braden. Isn't that cute? Oh boy, I don't know if he'll appreciate the work that was put into this, but I like it. If not, I'll put it on my desk by my computer and look at it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and it was just really fun to make. I love making personalized things, so I hope you got some inspiration. Feel free to show me what you've done. I'd like to see different creations with this, and so I'm really inspired to work on a graduation card now. So thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to sign up for my online card club. This card will not be included in it, but we will have some other awesome projects that will use that bundle. And again, the deadline is May 10th, so be sure and click on the link. All right, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your week. I'm gearing up for the Stampin' Up! Trip, so that'll be here soon. And I'm hopefully going to get some videos taped so that I can keep posting while I'm gone. So, all right, take care. See you next time, next Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Arizona time. Bye-bye.